Okay, so getting you started with metals and something like gold. Okay, so I just have this object I've tossed out here for our conversation. I got a couple lights in there. We're just going to pop into the hypershade, and I'll use a blend for this. Um, okay, so there, we got the shine on there, and there it is with the lights, and we'll goose the light a little bit. And intensity 1.5. Okay, that gives me a little bit more intensity on my key light. Okay, great. So here's the blend. Gold M. All right, and all right. So now gold is a tricky thing because it's not just a color. It's how light reacts to the surface, and the cat really wants to go out. Interesting. Now the cat's not going out. Okay, so that's orange. We're not going to say that's gold, right? That doesn't work as gold. Okay, so what we got to do is a few things here. All right, let's get some reflectivity in here. So the reflected color, I will just grab our environmental sphere. Into the environmental sphere, I'll toss an image, and I just have a stock file for that. Now, you want to use, of course, whatever you need to reflect in. Whatever your environment is. Um, you know, all right, so now we'll just give this a bit of a render, and so now we get some of the reflection in there. So that's looking, better. All right, so now we can start talking about things a bit more. Gold is obviously a highly reflective material. Also, toss in my little facing ratio ramp that you've seen me use a bunch of times. There's a facing ratio tutorial, so it's just. But once again, it's really just the surface shader. Utility sampler info node. Sampler info node is what I'm looking for. Surface info, sampler info. There we go. And okay, default, which just gets the window open. So I'm just doing the facing ratio into the V chord because it's a V ramp. All right, so we'll just put that to white. And okay, and here comes the cat. All right, so now we'll just save that off. And okay. And all right, the cat's walked over the keyboard and it has not damaged the shader. Okay, so there we're getting that nice roll off where we're getting more reflection back here. I still have some on the center section, okay? Because I'm trying to get to gold. All right, so now we're going to that to get that really bright illumination on it. All right, that real nice shine. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to tighten up the specular highlight a bit. Okay, so that's getting it brighter. In the specular color, I'm going to put this to a gold color. Actually, I'm going to get a little more yellowy. All right, and so there we go. So maybe that's a little much. All right, we'll leave that for now. Save that. And okay, so I'm going to pop back into color here. I'm going to go to value, and I'm going to try goosing this. Okay, and okay, so I'm going to just try goosing this number to 2. Okay, and so as you see, that makes it go super duper bright there. And alright, so this is called overloading. And alright, so I'm going to take down the saturation a bit. And yeah, I think that's fine. And then we just pull this down, and we get something really, really intense. Okay, so you know the yellow is infusing into all the reflection, and we are getting super bright there. I'm going to really pinch that down. And I don't know, let's see if, oops, try 4. Okay, so yeah, now we're, you know, so you can actually go above the numbers. And all right, cat managed to walk across the keyboard again. All right, so as you see here, we're getting up into the whites, and we're not, yeah, so we're getting a white here, and then blends down into a yellow. And so we get this really intense color. All right, so that's one of a few ways to attack doing gold. The other thing, trying to keep this short, but just to wrap things up a bit, is you want to think about how the item was made. And so if I go to my bump map, and let's say I'll toss in a volume noise, okay, which will look horrible, think like that. So I'm going to take my depth down 0.1, negative 0.1. Okay, and so there we're getting to something. And, and let's see, here we go. And scale this up a bit. So I'm just scaling the Place 3D texture node, and there, as you see, it's giving it, it's breaking up that speck highlight, and we're getting some patterns in there. Let's take that down a little bit. So it's all these little adjustments. Okay, so there I've broken up that speck highlight. If we go to it before, you see how it's like really perfect and really smooth, and now it's much more natural and has a bit of a wave to it. Okay, so if I go into the bump node here, you know, I can take that down even further. So let's say 0.1. And so it's very subtle, but it just breaks up the reflections. It gives a wave to things. And so that sort of subtlety is the sort of thing you want to add. Well, hope that helps. If for steel or other metals, it's more of a blue-green color, cyan. So maybe I'll do a video on that. Hope that helps. Bye.